Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market, as always to touch on several topics. Today we have to talk about the reactions to the Ballon d'Or on Dembélé side, on Lamine Yamal side, and not only something to say on the future of Vinícius Júnior, Gavi, Kane. Let's jump into it together. So guys, the week of the Ballon d'Or is almost over. We know the winner now, Ousmane Dembélé. Congratulations again to Ousmane, Ballon d'Or, a fantastic achievement for him with many reactions. And I'm also curious about your feeling, your reaction, so let me know here in the comments as usual. But I wanted to talk to you also about the reactions to this Ballon d'Or. And I think a fantastic thing to mention for Ousmane Dembélé is the lesson that we have from this Ballon d'Or. You can agree or disagree with this Ballon d'Or, but to see Ousmane Dembélé winning the Ballon d'Or after not being ranked 4 times, not ranked in the nominees, in the 30 nominees, 4 times in the last 5 years, is showing how probably many people, if you ask them 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, were never going to expect Dembélé to be a Ballon d'Or. Well, he won. When you find the right environment, when you find the right coach, when you find the right balance, when you work hard, and when you show your talent at the best level possible, well, this is what happens. And so congratulations to Ousmane Dembélé. Also, how important has been for him the strategy. The decision to make that kind of move to Paris Saint-Germain from Barcelona at Barca was very difficult for Dembélé. And sometimes you can't blame maybe the player, maybe the club, maybe the manager. It's not only about that. Sometimes just doesn't click. So the decision to go to Paris Saint-Germain from Ousmane Dembélé, to trust the project, and it was not easy to go to Paris Saint-Germain at that point of the career. You know, leaving Barcelona to go to PSG at that point was probably not seen as the best move possible for Ousmane Dembélé, who also had possibilities for many times in the Premier League. He was a target for Manchester United a few years ago. So he had several chances. To go to Paris Saint-Germain was the best decision possible. With a director like Luis Campos, who has big trust, always had big trust for Ousmane Dembélé, and so Luis Campos has been absolutely crucial in this pathway for Ousmane. Then the coach, Luis Enrique, who did a fantastic job with Dembélé, Nasser Al-Khelaifi starting to trust French players and to bring a different culture at the club. So the whole Paris Saint-Germain environment made a difference for Ousmane Dembélé, who together with his manager Moussa Sissoko, well, they decided for the best option possible in a moment where many people criticized Dembélé for that decision. So Ousmane Dembélé Ballon d'Or, congratulations. That was the reaction. Also, Paris Saint-Germain side are really proud of what they did for the player. What about Lamine Yamal, guys? Many of you asking me about Lamine Yamal and his reaction. I'm told that apart from what we saw in public, from Lamine, his post congratulating Dembélé, his father, so several things in public. In private, I'm told that even when he was returning to Barcelona from Paris, Lamine Yamal was not in a bad mood. Obviously, he wanted to win, but Lamine was not in a bad mood. He respected the Ballon d'Or to Ousmane Dembélé. He wanted to be back to Barcelona in a positive way, in a good mood, just also because he understands that probably Ousmane Dembélé had a fantastic season in terms of titles also, and not just individual. And so Lamine is convinced that the future will be bright. Lamine is convinced that the Ballon d'Or one day will be his Ballon d'Or, and so he's not in a rush. 18 years old, and now with the opportunity to dream for the Ballon d'Or in the future. So the mood was, let's say, not negative at all from Lamine Yamal, and also respect for Dembélé, and Dembélé respected Lamine Yamal. So I think this was one of the best images we had from the Ballon d'Or, the respect between each other. Also nice words from Ousmane Dembélé, not only for his family, for his mother, fantastic words, but also for Lamine Yamal, showing respect. And so congratulations to both of them. On Barcelona, guys, just to close, Gavi. Bad news for Gavi. Gavi will be out for 4 to 5 months, so expected to be back, if all goes to plan and if there are no setbacks, in February. Gavi was absolutely devastated about this news, more than sad, because probably the expectation at Barcelona in the staff and those close to Gavi was for the player to be out maybe for something like 1, maximum 2 months. Well, he will have to be out till probably February, let's say February. And so, was a blow, was a big problem for Barcelona, but also the player was really devastated when he understood the news. Terrible news for Pablo Gavi. Really sad, especially in a World Cup season. He can't help Barcelona. He can't be with the national team basically until the March international break, if all goes to plan. So a very difficult moment for Gavi. We wish him all the very best, because the player, on the mental point of view, is not just physical. Barcelona will obviously support the player on the physical point of view to recover in the best way possible. But it's also the mental point of view, the mental health of Pablo Gavi. He already suffered serious injuries in his career and he's still very young. Now to have one more long period out of the pitch, well, that's not easy. That's not easy to handle, and this is why Barcelona are prepared to show their full support to Pablo Gavi, also in the next weeks and months. So we wish Gavi all the very best. Interesting quote, guys, from Thomas Frank, the manager of Tottenham, on Harry Kane. Because we started having links with the potential comeback of Harry Kane to Tottenham in 2026 after the World Cup. Remember that Tottenham have a priority option in case Kane decides to leave Bayern in 2026 or in 2027. Tottenham will have a priority. Then at the end is always Harry Kane deciding. But Tottenham have a priority option to sign Harry Kane. So they will be the first ones to be offered the opportunity to sign Kane if he decides to leave Bayern. And then Kane will have to decide what he wants to do. And Thomas Frank said, all the Spurs fans, and me too, we would love to have Harry Kane back. So a nice message from Thomas Frank. I think he starts to open the doors to a return of Harry Kane. This is the message from the coach, because Thomas Frank is a big fan of Harry Kane, has always been a big fan of Harry Kane as a player, and now as a Tottenham legend, of course, being the Tottenham manager. But even when he was at Brentford, Thomas Frank has always been a big fan of Harry Kane. So it would be fantastic, obviously, for him to welcome Harry Kane back to the club. But again, this is not something that Kane will decide now. Kane is fully focused on Bayern. Kane wants to win important titles at Bayern. Kane is fully convinced, from what I'm told, that Bayern can compete for the Champions League this season in a very serious way. So Harry Kane is fully focused on Bayern. Then, end of the season, we will see what happens. But Tottenham sent their message. The doors are open. So that will depend on Harry Kane in the near future. And then, guys, on Vinícius Júnior, I wanted to tell you something on Vinícius Júnior, because we had many rumors in the last 2-3 days on Vinícius leaving Real Madrid, on Vinícius maybe leaving very soon, and all these sort of stories. I think the message came directly from Vinícius. A fantastic performance yesterday, kissing the Real Madrid badge and showing once again what he's always been showing in public and in private. He wants to stay at Real Madrid. He wants to be a Real Madrid player. He loves Real Madrid. So now there are negotiations over a new contract. It's not a done deal yet. It's not closed yet. Many times it's been said that it was done and wasn't done. So let's see what's going to happen there. Let's follow the Vinícius situation. But for sure, what I can guarantee is that Vinícius is not advancing in any negotiation to leave Real Madrid at all. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories from Kane to Gavi, Lamine and Dembélé for the Ballon d'Or, and then Vinícius Júnior and his future. Let me know your opinion, guys. Here in comments, remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.